Alright, hello everyone. My name's Vim45, or Furia. It means fire. I'm not German at all, but like, yeah, that's my VTuber name, so yeah. Deal with it. Oh yeah, so today I'm gonna teach the way that I play Alisa. Uh, it's just, it's a short little combo video. I'm not gonna drag it on too long. I'll try to explain as best as I can. Um, so I'll start off with the one that I use quite often. And it's pretty safe-ish. It's blocked. It's just, you lose your turn if they block. Punish it. And so we're gonna start off with up forward pull. Goes into this combo here. Okay. And so yeah, that one's used quite a bit, like to crush lows. And I just use it sometimes. It's just a randomly throw off my opponent. I'm just doing my usual stuff, and then a hop kick and then combo. So get the feel for it the more you play around with it. Okay, so that's our basic combo. Now we've got a combo that can be used two ways. So down for two, it's usually used as a side step with punish. But you can use it as a throw-off sometimes if your opponent just like throws out a jab and misses, and then you get a nice whip punish from it. Or you just throw it out when they press when they're minus, get a launch. So I don't know. But yeah, when you ever get it, do back one, do this route. Go. That combo, and then there's another variation of it where you do while standing 1+2, while standing 2, 1-2 like that. Very hard to do because the timing is a little bit strict. 1, 2, 3, you get one extra hit in, and again, it doesn't really offer much of a reward. I feel like it doesn't. And then another one I like to do quite a bit. Sometimes your opponent's trying to like, when they actually miss at a long range, and sometimes, because I always felt this move was kind of useless, but I was wrong, okay? Because it works, it can work when they're just ducking and not even blocking or whatever, or they're trying to duck under a high or something. You just do this, and do a low jab. Go into that, and you got yourself a 60 damage combo. It's pretty nice to throw up, but it's not like the best move because its range is quite bad. You can get whiff punished for it, so yeah. Know the range of it, roughly like range 2. And you can get a while standing 1, 2. The just timing one is the most rewarding one you can do. You get 70 damage from the just time one. I don't really know exactly the timing of it, I just get it sometimes, so yeah. Another move I like to throw out when it's like near the end of the round, or maybe sometimes if your opponent doesn't really know your character, this move here, her fly 4, it leads into 84 damage, I think. You do a while standing 1+2 charge up. I think the sample combo teaches this combo, but yeah, it's very nice. 83 damage. I like it. Damage is very rewarding. Okay, there's another move that you don't really want to do much, but if your opponent doesn't really know how to deal with it, you can do boot 1, 2, straight away. It does unblockable rocket, and you go into this route here. So I'll just do it real quick here. So you get plenty of time to do the combo. You don't even have to do that route. You could even do a really simple one where you just do running that, and then just do it's 60 damage. It's still pretty decent. 60 is quite nice. And then I think it's time to do counter hits. But before I start with counter hits, I'm gonna mention some whiff punish moves. We got forward 1+2. Very finicky range, but can punish like jab attempts. Or if you get the spacing right, you can probably even punish like longer, like short range moves that are a bit longer than a jab. So you do a 1+2 to that. So 1+2, I think it was 3+4 after. Yeah, 4 3 plus 4 into 2 1. Yeah, so that transitions into chainsaws. And you got your chainsaws out, so you can do, you know, lots of crazy stuff. But you go back into your normal stance. Alright. Next is her very important with punish to know. Is her back 4. It's back 4 4 1 2 1 3 plus 4. Very powerful. Just learn that one as well. That's also on, I think that on the command list it tells you about that one. Then there's also probably the most best with punish you could use for her. Well, it's pretty good. Pretty good still. So 4-3-2. It leads into 4-4-2-1, which you could just dash after and she goes into it. Yeah. Another whiff punish. I don't really know what other whiff punishes she has. She just has a lot of. She has quite a bit of keep out. Like you can just do a magic 4 like to keep out. So you know it's not really a whiff punish, but it's good keep out. Really good move to do sometimes. Do that too, just like you know, put them through attacks sometimes. Just don't want to be too minus, or else you'll cancel it out of it, and lows will beat it. The better power crush tool is a back forward 2. Very powerful power crush. She also has a really nice like. There's another thing I'd like to mention is she has this. So if you know how to do instant wall runnings, quite hard to do, but it's you know you can do that sort of stuff. See, I'm not very consistent with it, but you know it leads into 4-1 plus 2. So yeah, the running 2 is a mini combo. Ends with that, or you get tricky and go onto that. But that's really hard to time, and I don't recommend that one. Another one you can do is a running 3 and then sidestep hop kick. And I'll just go straight into the kick because like they're off axes. You can realign yourself. A bit harder to do though. So yeah, there's those, and now we move on to counter hits. So we're gonna start with a magic 4, which is a very common one. Okay, magic 4 stands for a counter hit 4 because the way the game works is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it equals the limbs. The punch is left punch and right punch, 1 and 2. Left kick and right kick is 3 and 4. So yeah, and you can also tell what side of the step. So left side is where she's punching, so that's left. Right side is this side. So yeah, you get the gist of it. Basically the limbs tell you what side is what. So if you want to sidestep someone left, left, right, step right. So yeah. I'm not really the guy to explain that, but yeah. Counter hit, back 4. You get a bit of time to work with this too. This is pretty decent damage too. And then you've also got another counter hit, which I don't know, I spam it a bit too much. Not that one. Oh yes, I forgot about that move. This here leads to a combo 2, which no, non-counter hit. It's safe on block, but you don't want to use it a lot because it whiffs pretty often. Like it's got pretty good range, but if they're backstepping, yeah, there you go. You whiff, boom, you get launched, and you lose a lot of health. But yeah, don't want to use that one much. A good counter hit, but like don't want to use much, is down 3. Leads into a full crouch 3 plus 4, 1 plus 2. Something like that. Or you can do a quick sidestep. It's called a crouch cancel. You can only crouch cancel to the left. Because for some reason that's just how Tekken works. When you're stuck in crouch, you can only step left to cancel it. There is another combo where you can do this, but it's pretty hard to do. See, the timing on that's really hard. I've yet to get the timing of that. Ah, there you go. Pretty hard. That's again crouch cancel. There's plenty of guides for crouch canceling. If you really need a guide, just look one up. It's basically just, you know, pressing sidestep, you know, when you're in that state. to, like, for example, get out of that because, yeah. But, yeah. Alright, so counter, another counter. I'm trying to think of a good counter here. I showed down 3, I showed magic 4, I showed back 4. Another counter hit that she has. Not really any I know too noteworthy, but those two are the really important ones. Down 3 and then back 4. Back 4 is usually used to crush sometimes. I find that it doesn't really like work as a crush move. It's awkward. But I think it can beat jabs, maybe. I think it goes under jabs. It might. If they're just mashing the but or you could just like use it as a well-timed counter hit when they try to do like a slow startup move. So yeah, it can be used to multiple ways. There, I remember one more counter hit. It's the end string of her 1, 2, 2. That gives you a counter hit launch, which is quite nice. But again, at a higher rank, you're not gonna want to do it because they will low parry you and kill you for it. Get a while standing 1, 2, 3. But you get good damage from it, but yeah, again, it's not really good to throw out. Unless your opponent doesn't know about it, use it. Alright, so there's 2 variations. You can hold down the punch, but then it becomes way more reactable. I remember when I used to fight my friend back on Tekken Tag, I would always do the string, and then eventually he ended up blocking it and or low parrying me. Like, he got so good at low parrying it that I just had to stop doing it. So yeah, it's a good move, but don't use it often. Or ever. There's also another counter hit. When she gets her 1-1, at the end of her 1 string, it gives you a counter hit knockdown. But you can't really lead, it doesn't really lead into anything. It just gives an Oki. So, you know, get up situation, if they go to get up kick, you know, there's options to get past the get up. Spring kick, you can launch them after sidestepping it, or do just like a quicker move than their spring kick. Spring kicks, I think, evade those because they go off the ground. I've seen it actually go over some mids too, but you know, that's just spring kick. It's got a weird property to it. Very common move you want to use of Alisa too. Her key moves down back 3, yeah. Down forward 4 for a good poke keep out. Down for 1, very powerful tool. You can get yourself in the plus when you hit it. Like, you know, if it hits. Doesn't hit. If it's on guard, then yeah, you're just better off sidestepping. We do 1, 2 sidestep, or if they start ducking the 1, 2, then you just start throwing up mids. Go down for 1, which I like to spam because it has also a string to it. It has an end, so it's a 2-part string. It goes down for 1 and then 4. Here's a kick. If they block it, it's -9 on block, but the still technically safe. But there's a situation that your opponent can retaliate if you do it again, because you're still technically not positive, but they're not positive enough to punish it. They can like still like get their turn if you go to do it again though. Can't be spammed, but down for 1, however, is a bit more safe. But yeah, of course, they can sidestep you and launch you if you overextend it. There's also an extension to down for 1, which goes 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. It goes into chainsaws. Use those positive frames where you can, because the opponent will eventually duck at those. It's all high. Or you do the down for 1, 4. Throw them off. It does have a counter hit follow-up. There is one other counter hit follow-up. Here are 3 down back 3. You get an extra hit there. They don't get up. Or you can do a down 4. I think the extension to her hold on. Extension to this gives you a count. Never mind. You know what I said. I'm trying to think of another counter hit. I know that this doesn't counter hit. Oh, I've seen. Oh wow. Actually, that's another thing. I didn't add on to this. Is that you can also do that for a more easier route. The down 3-1 gives her full launch, kind of like a magic full launch. Do something on that. But again, it's too much hits, so it pushes them away too far. There's also this move here, but I wouldn't. And the combo for it is a bit, I don't know. It's just memey. So yeah, there you go. There's the combo for that one. You did back one. I tried to do while standing, it just doesn't work. So yeah, those are all your endless combos, and all that stuff. I do have wall combos. I can show you some of those, and then that will be everything that I really know of her, because after that it's just learning how to whip punish and just improving your gameplay overall. I'm still sort of learning as well. So I've been playing this game for a while, but I still want to pass on some. Even though there's probably way, like, there is a lot of videos out there, a lot of resources, since we're in an age that we've got YouTube, we've got Discord. Yes, also hit up the Alisa Discord. Very, very wonderful community. They taught me a lot, and there's a lot of Alisa players that help me. I'm quite grateful for them, so appreciate their help. But yeah, definitely go check them out. I can put the link in the, well, I don't actually. Google is your best friend for that. So next thing is to go through all the combos that I already showed you, like the up forward 3, up forward 4-4, and then go into the route that I usually go into is that one. I like to end it with the chainsaws because it's just cool. That's the only reason. Like, I don't think it's the best Oki. I don't think it's the best Oki because they recover. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's the wall ender that I use. You can also use a different wall to get the right heighting. Which I think I have to do the combo a little bit different. It's like 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 1, 4, 1 pistol. That's how the wall ender goes. This one here, I think this will give me enough range for it. No. In that range, hard. Even that won't work. I'm a bit slow on that. I'm trying to think how to do the wall again for this move here, because I like using this variation of it, but it's just a bit hard to do. Go. There you go, got it. So that gives me enough heighting to push them up and get 71. This is small stage, but I think, you know, showing the small stage is good enough for now, because I don't want to spend too much time explaining this to you, because I just wanted to give the best of it. Her wall spinning 2 on that. Oh, like, I'm still trying to figure it out as well, but you know, we're all learning still. Yeah, that gives you long recovery, so what you want to do is you just want to back off after you're doing that. One that, okay, so first things first, what we'll do is we'll put Heihachi at the wall, and I'll explain, like, we'll use the 4 to like put them in the wall split state, so I can explain what routes you can do at the wall when they're at the certain height. So we got, obviously we got the main one, which is that one. You've also got this one, 2, 3, 3. Go on to 2, 4 after that. 2, 4 is also okay. You can, you know. So there's also this really annoying one while studying 1, 2, 3. But you delay the last part, they get a weird flip over thing, and you can either do down back 1, down back 1+2, which does a rocket punch, or a full crouch +2, which is a shoe shine, which is a very important tool, if I have not mentioned yet. This, I cannot stress enough, is an extremely powerful tool, and you should be using this as your main low to throw in between your strings. I wouldn't recommend doing it after that though. Full crouch after that, no. Go into like down back 3 into it, back 1 into it. Very powerful tool. I've ended so many rounds with this move. There's also another good option. So at the wall you've got this, or you've got while standing 1+2, which is very mid. You can even throw this out mid-screen. It's quite powerful mid-screen. You just getting that instant version of it's the hardest for me. So. Takes a bit of practice. And then when you get it, you can get a free combo out of it. If you're good enough at doing it, which I am not. It's super hard to like do that. God, that's super hard, I'll just say it. At the wall, I'm not sure if you can do that combo, but you can do a full charge one. My crouch cancelling is really not good yet. You got that. You've also got a very situational thing you can do is if they're just like doing a lot of highs, you can just quickly do her boot 1 for 1, and it can dodge. It surprisingly, it can like give you some really nice situations. You can also like convert off the wall. If they split on the wall, you can sidestep, do a 2-4, and you can, you know, you can get a little mini combo like that. So that's pretty cool. If they, okay, another good thing at the wall is if your opponent whiffs, a really good whiff punish for it is 2-1, and you can do her chainsaw like that. That's pretty good. That's a really, really good thing to do. 2-1. And you just choose what you want to do. There's like, for the chainsaws, their main things is down 1, forward 1+2, back 2-1, down for 1. You can even do power crush on it. You can even transition back into full state if you do forward, 3, 4 for the kick. And if they're crouching in mid, they get launched. High damage. At the wall, not really sure if it's high damage. So yeah. That's basically everything I can think of. There is one other tool that you really want to use at the wall, like I cannot stress enough, it's very powerful, is a back 3. It gives you a nice wall splat, and you can do it with usual combos, or you can, you know, you can try to sidestep to get the. So you have to sidewalk a bit for that to work. But yeah, there's options. There's a lot of options. Just a lot of experimenting and stuff. I'm still kind of experimenting some with the cars. A lot of cars going up there. Yeah, there's options. There's options. You've also got you know, when you do her fly, this forward 3+4, you can cancel it. You can either back or down. So that can be useful because it puts you into either backup, which is the punch one. And I haven't really experimented using it like smartly. You can also go forward. So yeah, you can just choose what distance you want to go. You can go back off, bait them, or you can, yeah, go to the start. Or you could just go to the start, just don't do anything. No, like, there's still a lot to really learn. I feel like I could really go more in depth in, but like, yeah. Go check out the other resources, they can help you a lot. And yeah, I just wanted to make this because I just thought that it'd be nice for me to do it, and you know, I want everyone to at least take anything they can from what I know. Thank you for coming to watch, and yeah, feel free to subscribe. And I also, you know, if you want to see me live, I do stream on Twitch. It's not always Tekken, but Tekken is my main game, so yeah, feel free to come along and check me out. I do have a schedule, and have a good evening, have a good day, and yeah, bye.